Victory! Victory!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Thursday. Welcome to OCCScrims Gold Division matchup between Titans and Void. I am Peeps, as always, and I am here with our lovely commentators for the evening, Dank and Dad, as I like to call him now, Captain Jack. How you guys doing?
Doing all right there, Peeps. How you doing, Dank?
Oh, not too bad. Had a little bit of a stressful day, but working on through it, and here to analyze for my good friend Captain Jack here tonight.
I have also had a stressful day, but looking to make this the best commentating of my life. Take all that negative energy and push it into what I hope is going to be an amazing game between two oldies but goodies, Titans v Void. So let's go ahead and get started into our first match as everyone is blowing up.
Hey, thank you for the follow there, RQ Plays. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Sorry, folks. I'm laughing because everyone is making the I'm already Tracer joke in the chat between the Titans and Void right now. We are starting off strong tonight between these two. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Our host isn't in chat with us tonight, so I'm going to assume that our first map is going to be Lijiang Tower. So how do you, based on the statistics that the OCC statistics squad has been putting out there, Dank, what do you think these, how do you think these two match up coming into Lijiang?
Looking at Lijiang Tower, Void currently has a 100% win rate, which is pretty big for them. Not really sure how many maps they've played because this is my first time looking at these stats, but Titans is coming on with a 50% win rate, and overall, Titans has a 43%, and Void is sitting at a pretty 70% on control. So Void is looking like a pretty good choice here, but I'm excited to see what Titans is going to come out with.
I absolutely can agree with you there. So for those of you that know, we've been wanting to get statistics out to you all for quite some time now, but getting a group together to be able to pull that off and trying to figure out how we go about it is difficult, especially if we're not like Overwatch League, we don't have like an in-game tracker that we can use to see like all the player stats. So what we did is all of us went back, there's a handful of us, went through, looked at the VODs, kind of determined win-loss ratios as a start based on team. Between Void and Titans, each team has played a little over 30 matches. So that's a pretty good sample size if you're a statistic analyst like myself. So looking, as Dank said, at control, Void has won every match that they've had on Lijiang, which I think is about 2 or 3 if I went back and looked at the actual data. So they've had a perfect win record so far. Titans only winning 50% of those matches, and on overall control maps, Void is at 70. So Void is looking to be good coming out here, but I guarantee you, looking at the other maps, we are probably going to see that Titans, well, as we know, will be able to turn the tide. So let's go ahead and see what we've got going on here. First match for the OCCScrims Gold Division tonight, Titans v Void on Lijiang Tower Night Market. The poke battle is getting ready to start as they are trying to figure out which side to go on. It looks like some are going to the point, some are going through the middle. It looks like a majority. Let me go ahead and check this. Team Void's red tonight, going into the point, has made contact with Team Titans, and the poke battle is going back and forth right now. We see a Reboot coming in on the Winston, trying to get some hits in the backline, ends up getting taken out by a Rift on the Sombra, and it looks like Void will take control first point as the percentage starts clicking up, but there is still a 5v6 fight near the point, despite Void already taking control. We're going to see Mom go ahead and D-Mech Hanzuki on the Diva, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and back up and refigure out how they're going to come into the point. What do you got, Dank?
Not a whole lot. To be honest, it was a pretty quick fight. They came in, Reboot went in extremely early from what it seemed, burning his jump pretty early and then didn't have a way to get out. As soon as Rith was on him with that Sombra, he was kind of done for, and it looked like Titans didn't really fully commit.
All right, well, it looks like Sora's going to start things off by taking out Tribalize. Reboot following up on KBC, and the Coalescence coming out now from Hip Hip Jorge looks to be turning the tide, stopping Void at 47%, allowing Titans to take control and start gaining percentage here at the night market. I have to say that was an incredibly good take. Do you think that the taking out Tribalize was kind of the big hit there? Because I only think they got... And then the rest of the team just kind of pulled off the point at that.
Tribalize on that Mercy is going to be a big target for them with the res being available, and Sora knows exactly who his targets are, and he's going to be able to do that work on the Hanzo. We've seen him play Hanzo quite a bit, and he does very well on it.
All right, well, the High Noon comes out from Hot Pockets as Casual Obsec takes out Sora. The res coming in for Rift allows it to be a 6v5 fight. Here comes the Diva Bomb into the center of the point. Doesn't end up getting any space thanks to the shield that is Casual Obsec. Dragon Strike comes in from Sora, separates the point, doesn't end up getting anybody though. Casual going into the point as Hanzuki takes out Mom. KBC coming out with the blade, ends up taking out Hot Pockets. Coalescence comes out for Hip Hip Jorge, trying to keep the dream alive as much as possible. Ends up taking out Casual Obsec with Coalescence. Follows up on Phoenix Hip Hip Jorge, also taking out Rift. And that is going to allow them to hold control of this point, 65% and climbing to 47%. What have you got there, Dank?
Void's playing pretty well, but I think, unfortunately, KBC wasn't able to get as big of a blade as he was looking for. I believe they were looking for that as their win condition. They probably could have shattered or grabbed with that, and it would have worked out a lot better. But unfortunately, there was just too much damage coming on to KBC, and he wasn't able to get a whole lot with it.
Totally agree with you there. 88% and climbing as the Graviton comes out from Mom to hold everybody together, as well as the EMP, but Sora ends up taking out Rift. Reboot taking out Casual Obsec. Sora following up on Phoenix. If the High Noon comes out from Hot Pockets, ends up taking out Tribalize. There's only 2 on the point. KBC gets taken out by Sora as Mom gets taken out by the Primal Raid Reboot, and 100% capture will happen here for the side of Titans. 47%. See, this is why I feel that it's so important to say that despite the fact that you hear what the statistics that we've come out with say, these teams are more than capable of completely turning those on their head. We're just giving you the average of what we have seen in previous matches. This is not what you may see going forward, as with every team we have fills, we have all that jazz. So let's see what they got here on map 2 here on Lijiang Tower Garden. Anything for us, Tank, as we push in for the first attack?
I think the biggest problem right now is Void not really focusing down Hip Hip. He's kind of just standing on point as the Moira, not burning his Fade as he shouldn't, which is a good play by him, but he's honestly just standing in the middle of the point and kind of being uncontested, getting all the healing that he needs to, and it's working out extremely well for the side of Titans.
All right. Well, it looks like what you were saying is right. Hanzuki, Hip Hip Jorge, and Reboot just cleaning up right there. KBC goes for the hard reset to get back with the team as Titans takes control of this point, 9% and climbing. Let's go ahead and look into the chat to kind of see what's going on in between here. House of Homie saying Colt coming in hot on the Trashgen? Oh, like Bastion? Was Colt thinking about coming in on the Bastion? Is that... Oh, Hot Pockets!
That's Hot Pockets on the Bastion.
It's on the Bastion. Whoa! Whoa, that's crazy right there. I totally missed that. Here comes that Bastion ult. The tank's going to end up taking out Tribalize. She follows up on Phoenix F. KBC coming in on the far, takes out Reboot as Hot Pockets takes out Mom. Hanzuki taking out Casual Obsec, and the only one near the point, I believe, is going to be KBC, but gets taken out by the Sora blade. Now, how do you feel about that blade being used right there? You think it was necessary?
It definitely wasn't necessary, and I feel like it may have been a little bit of BM from Sora, just showing KBC that he can deal with him and that he needs to stay as far as possible away from Sora. So I don't blame it, but at the same time, it wasn't necessary.
All right, well, let's see if that was a costly mistake. Rith ends up taking out Sora as KBC also took out Hanzuki at the start of this fight. Nanoed Primal Rage coming in on the point as Hanzuki takes out KBC. The Primal Rage and Nano wear off without a lot of heals to be seen right there. Shatter comes in and taking out Reboot and the tackle. Pushing Reboot off, I believe, off the point right there. Nope, doesn't end up getting taken out. Reboot actually takes out Casual, but we will see Void take control of the point, 97 to 6. Hanzuki coming in with the Diva Bomb. Speed drop from Tribalized, but doesn't end up saving themselves. Packvisor coming in from Hot Pockets now on the Soldier, ends up taking out Phoenix Sith as Mom gets taken out by the Coalescence of Pip Jorge. Right now, the only one that I believe was near the point right there was Riff, and is able to get back to the point 99% as Titans retake control. The barrage comes out from KBC, but gets taken out by Hot Pockets. Reboot takes out Tribalized coming in on the Lucio. Hip Jorge following up on Phoenix Sith. Hanzuki taking out Casual is just one after the other into this point, and Titans totally flipping the statistics on their head will take control point. Lijiang Tower is our first match, making it 1-0 here on OCCScrims Gold Division. Hot Pockets with the play of the game as Bastion, as I say, as that beautiful gold Bastion gun just tears into Void right there. If you're playing a Bastion, you might as well expect him to get play of the game. It's just the way it is. Got anything for us, Stank?
Beautiful thing about seeing that Bastion play is, remember, his buff just went through, so him sitting back like that is actually a little bit more viable now with the spread tightening the longer that Bastion fires. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some Pirate Ship tonight, just because Bastion is so much stronger now, being with that Titan spread. It's so good.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm excited.
Just cut in real quick and thank Spaceman and Spaceman for the bits that she donated, and K10 for the sub. Thanks, guys.
Woo! Thank you all so much. All right. Let's go ahead and prepare for map 2 now, going into the chat. We're going to see K10 saying GR Titans. House of Homie saying Titans sweep in. Saying, I thought for sure that the Winston would die. I completely agree with you there, but I mean, a Winston jump is what, 6-second cooldown? So by the time that Casual charged and took him all the way back there, he must have just barely gotten his jump fallen off of the bridge and just happened to, boom, jump back up there. Lord knows when I've gotten knocked off the point as Winston, sometimes I get lucky and I'm like, oh, I got my jump, and I'm able to get back up there, and you know, nothing stops for that. So are headed in to our next map. I will go ahead and tell you all about us. We are the Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims. You can join us on Facebook if this is your first time following us or joining us tonight. We thank you for coming. We hope that whoever invited you is here as well, either playing or in the lobby with you. You can look at the links below the chat if you're interested in joining as a player or coach. Players are silver through diamond division. We have 3 teams per division right now, and coach applications are for master and grandmasters. Feel free to fill those out, and we will get in contact with you as soon as possible if there's a spot open on the team. Feel free to also follow us on YouTube or here at the OCC. If you subscribe to our channel, $5 a month If you're from the East Coast, that's not much more than a breakfast sandwich and cup of coffee from a Dunkin' Donuts. And you will be able to join us not only here for special videos on our Twitch, but also join our Discord, where you will meet all of our lovely commentators, admins, coaches, and players. And you can chat them up. You can get VODs reviewed. You can be in your own little voice lobby where you can talk with other people while this game is going on. Lots of amazing stuff. Just so you know, we are 22 members of our Discord away from our next big prize. It is huge. It's a huge prize. So please feel free to subscribe and join us as we move into Numbani for our next map. Dank, what do you got statistics-wise going into this map?
So Numbani is the only map in hybrid that we actually don't have data for across all 3 of our gold teams. But on the hybrid side of things, we do have Void currently sitting at a 37.5% and Titan sitting at a 33.3%. So again, Void looking good here, not by a whole lot, but they are above on the statistic. But Titans proving that statistics don't really matter on that last map.
Absolutely there, Dank. It is going to be a close call going into this hybrid map. If you know any, usually how we have set this up in the past, and we've kind of switched map packs now. Numbani used to be an alternate map that teams could pick. Obviously, not anyone picked it in Gold Division before we switched up the map pack. So we have, as Dank said, absolutely no data on this. So who is going to take away their first victory here on Numbani? Will the Titans hold strong and make it 2-0? Or will Void suck them into the depths of despair and tie it up before the half? Let's go ahead and see how these teams are setting up tonight. Dank, why don't you go ahead and start us off with Team Titans?
Over on Titans, we have Reboot and Surprise coming in with the Winston Zarya, which I really like that combo. And then we have Sheeps and Danks on that Ana Lucio, which we know Sheeps plays a decent Ana, so I'm excited to see that. And then Sora coming out on that Hanzo and Hot Pockets on the Doom. On the other side, we have Ryan Zarya coming out from Mom and Sips T. Lucifer coming out on that Genji, which is pretty big for them, along with Rith on the Ashe. And then Phoenix Sith and Tribal Eyes coming on the Mercy Moira. So back to you, Jack.
All right, let's go ahead and see how this goes down. I love seeing me some Ashe play, especially since we've just gotten her in comp and gotten her into the scrims. Let's go ahead and see how it goes. Sipsty getting the first pick on Hot Pockets, but Dank's getting the boop on Mom. Reboot following up on Phoenix Seth. The Sora takes out Sipsty. Dank's also getting tribalized. The Sora gets Lucifer, and if it wasn't for the lone, I believe it's Rith, getting completely pushed back right now by Danks on the Lucio, that would have been a team kill. That was absolutely incredible. Kind of this meta dive comp going on here between Reboot and Surprise. I find it incredibly interesting. What do you think there, Dank?
It was a really good try from the side of Void coming in on that outside, and I really like that outside push. But Dank's taking a huge advantage getting those 2 boops off the map and then chasing one out as well. It was just good positioning from Titans to be able to counter that.
Absolutely. Simpsy going in for the charge, trying to take out Reboot, but it's not going to be enough as Hot Pockets ends up taking out Lucifer, switched over to the McCree for this push. The anti-nade goes in on Sipsty as Surprise trying to take him out, but Sipsty's going to end up taking out Dank's Mom, following up on Surprise. So a healer and tanker down, a nanoed Winston coming in for Reboot. Here comes the Primal Rage and the High Noon coming in from Hot Pockets. Ends up taking out Phoenix Seth. Sora taking out Tribalize. There's no heals on the point for the side of Void right now as Sora gets the Storm Arrow in on Sipsy, but not until Sipsy sends the Fire Strike in Hot Pockets' face. Sora ends up taking out Lucifer and Rith as well. And with not even a tick to be had as Sheeps ends up taking out Tribalize. 1 minute 50 seconds on the clock right now. Mom going for the hard reset. Wow. Well, what do you think about that, Dank?
Not really sure why Tribal Eyes came in so late there. The fight was already lost by a lot, and he had a lot of time to reset. But Sora getting those picks as the Hanzo, as he was on the last map, doing exactly what he needs to, focusing the targets, getting the picks that he needs, and just playing extremely well tonight. So hats off to Sora so far.
All right, well, let's see if they can make this third push happen. Sora going in with the Storm Arrow once again, trying to get into that back line. Ultimate economy is definitely high on the side. Oh, goodness. Dragon Strike comes in specifically placed for Sips T right there as the rest of the team gets separated. Lucifer ends up taking out Reboot Mom for the hard reset. I'm not exactly for certain why. I think just kind of got pushed off. Lucifer ends up taking out Hot Pockets, but is going to have to retreat as is a 3-on-2 fight with just Rift and Lucifer near the point right there. 40 seconds on the clock. Dank, this more than likely will be our final push. So if you could talk to Void right now, what would you be telling them?
I think they need to switch something up. If they're not going to switch it up, they definitely should have saved that high noon for this push, with it being their last push and Graviton coming online. That could have been huge for them.
All right, well, here comes in the Graviton, but Reboot coming out with the Primal Rage to hold everything together. Lucifer ends up getting kills on Sheep and Hot Pockets. Lucifer also taking out Surprise. It's a 3v6 fight on the point. Will they take control? Coalescence coming out from Phoenix Sith as Lucifer ends up taking out Reboot. Sora takes out Rift, but Lucifer also taking out Dank. Lucifer just cleaning up the point right now as Sips T takes out Sora. And it looks like Mom going to go ahead and push a little bit forward as first tick, second tick, and third tick in overtime claimed by Team Void. And the payload's going to start moving. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Added to the time clock. Dank, that was an incredible last attack there by Team Void.
It was really well coordinated, and Void did exactly what they needed to do, and honestly, that's all they needed, because Titan started to fall apart, was starting to split up, and that Graviton, I think, scared people away from it. Nobody wanted to be in it, so they kind of just scattered.
Lucifer took advantage of that. 5 out of the 6 kills was Lucifer in that push. And Sora's going to start things off by taking Lucifer out. Hot Pockets following up on Sips T, who switched over to the Winston as well. Here comes High Noon. Hot Pockets doesn't end up getting much of anything as Reboot takes out Tribalize. Well, actually, I think... Okay, Sora ends up taking out Lucifer. Mom again with the hard reset. I'm not for certain what's going on with Mom tonight. I just see these constant self-dyings, and I don't know if it's just to get back with Sips T so that they're together or what, but dang.
That's the third time that's happened, and I was really surprised to see it happen the last time because it was kind of in the middle of a push. I don't know if they were just hard resetting to get that final push secured, make sure that they were actually going to get that final push or what, but we have seen Mom hard reset quite a bit tonight.
All right, well, the Primal Rage coming out from Reboot as Sora ends up getting the triple Dragon Strike kill on Phoenix, Tribalize, and Mom. Degs coming in as the Brig, ends up taking out Lucifer, who came in as the Reaper now. 40 seconds on the clock. We may be seeing a rare, but it does happen. 2-second point hold here on Numbani. 30 seconds on the clock now as more than likely for their second to last push. What do you got, Dank?
This is going to be a huge one for them. Mom needs to get that grab up really quick, and Sips T is going to be pushing everybody away with the Primal Rage exactly as he should. So this is a good push already starting off for them.
All right, let's see if they can make it happen. Graviton holding them on off the point as the EMP comes in. Tribalize ends up taking out Surprise as Hot Pockets follows up on Sips T. Sora takes out Tribalize as Hot Pockets gets Lucifer as well as Phoenix Sith with the Deadeye. But it's not going to be enough as they have already claimed point 2 and added 1 minute, 30 seconds to the time bank. I don't know what it is about Void tonight, but they are coming in with those clutch last-minute plays. Wouldn't you say, Dank?
They do for sure, and I think a big thing there, again, was Sips T knocking everybody around, getting everybody exactly where Mom wanted them, and putting them into that grab location that was just outside of the point capture. If Reboot could have came in on that monkey just a tad sooner, we may have seen a different fight.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and see what they got going on. Mom ends up taking out Danks to start off this fight. It's already 5v6, but remember the Titans have the spawn advantage right now, so Danks is going to be back with us shortly. Here comes the Dragon Strike onto the payload, but nobody around to get sucked up into it. O.C.C ends up taking out Hot Pockets. As we see Reboot in the back line, ends up getting bubbled by surprise to escape. Here comes the Primal Rage, 5th one this match. Phoenix Sith coming out with the Coalescence to try to take down the Raging Monkey, but it's not going to be enough as Sora ends up taking out Lucifer. The beat drop comes in for Tribalize as the hammer down comes in for O.C.C, but O.C.C gets slept, ends up tackling Dank, so overtime is going to tick away as Hot Pockets coming in with the Deadeye, doesn't end up getting anybody, but Sora gets the Storm Arrow in on Phoenix Sith. O.C.C takes out Surprise. Dragon Strike on the point ends up taking out O.C.C. The only one left near the point is Mom. The Death Blossom rather comes out from Lucifer, taking out Sora and Reboot. The only one left on the point right now is Danks, and is playing that Reddit Lucio, trying to stay alive as she's shooting from a distance, trying to keep the dream going. Rift ends up getting caught up, but Lucifer escapes using the Wraith, ends up getting taken out by Sheep. And both teams are pushing back into the payload quickly. Reboot switching over to the Reinhardt right now, trying to push them off the point. Overtime ticking away as Tribalize takes out Reboot. Tackle comes in. O.C.C ends up getting both Sora and Surprise. Lucifer takes out Hot Pockets for a deep kill and claims point 3. Jesus!
Wow. That was such a nail biter.
Oh my goodness, Sam.
Did you see Tribalize bouncing that Bastion back off the point?
Oh, I did not.
That was awesome. He saved their asses, I think, because he bounced that Bastion back into their point. Back into their...
Oh, man. Cool. That is gorgeous. All right. So overtime incredibly ticked away. So more than likely we are... I keep forgetting how exactly this goes down, but I don't think we're going to see another attack come in for Void. So this is essentially Void's only shot to run down the time bank, prevent them from going into another defense against Titans. What do you think we're going to see here, Dank?
I think we can see another round here if Titans also pushes all the way to the end in overtime. I believe then both teams get 1 minute. Don't quote me on that. It could be wrong on that, but I think that's how it works. I don't think you can tie from point capture, from ending this map. Titans has to come out extremely strong here if they want to finish with any time on their time bank, because we saw Void pulling it together for sure there close to the end. They were looking like they had lost the point, and luckily Lucifer was able to Death Blossom and hold on to it, along with, I believe it may have been Tribalized. Could be wrong there. Might have been Phoenix Sith. One of the healers held on alongside of Lucifer, and it definitely helped them out to secure that point.
All right, well, let's go ahead and see what Titans got on the attack. Looks like they're coming in with a similar combo that they had to start things off. Sora coming in on the Hanzo once again. Hot Pockets taking the role of Soldier. 76. Reboot and Surprise still on the Winston Zarya, which has really been working for them. Tribalize coming in on the Mercy this time around. And Lucifer staying on the Reaper to do that additional damage against Reboot. Reboot's going to jump straight into the point. Gets separated from the team, looking to get that first tick. Oh, but it looks like Rift going to go down and contest the point as Mom gets a double kill. Phoenix Seth getting the third kill on the Hot Pocket. O.C.C takes out Sheeps and ends up pushing back Titans. 3 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock. Do you think that was a smart move by Reboot to jump into the point and essentially abandon the rest of his team right there?
Honestly, I think it was a pretty good move because Lucifer was up there and he was going to get melted pretty quick alongside of a high-charged Zarya from Mom. She did get 2 kills there, so Reboot would have just been another body in her way to pick up as well. Reboot diverted the attention of both Rith and Lucifer, and I think that was a really good play on his part. Just came out a little bit too late.
All right, well, let's see if they can get it going here on the second push. Here comes Reboot trying to take Sip-C out of the game, but Lucifer ends up getting Reboot to start things off. Sip-C taking out Hot Pocket. Sip-C looking like they're getting ready to fall, but Surprise ends up taking themselves out as they're, I'm guessing, trying to retreat. Gotta remember that those Zarya bombs, they do damage to you. It just happens. Sora coming in on the McCree this time around, takes out Mom. The Tribalize comes in with the res, bringing them back to a 6-man team right before Titans' next push. 2 minutes on the clock. Sora going on to that high ground, trying to take out Lucifer right there. Came in with the flashbang, but it wasn't enough. Sora ends up taking out Lucifer, though. Not able to get those heals. The attack visor takes out Rift. Double kill with the Deadeye. Takes out Sip-C and Mom and Titans with 1 minute 30 seconds on the clock. More than likely will take control of point A and get that payload moving. Dank, what do you got?
It's a little unfortunate because Titans did just use 4 ults right there, where Void only used 1 of theirs, and right now Void has 5 ultimates online, both tank ults, both PS ults, and a support ult. So with Titans coming into this with no ults, they're gonna have to fight pretty hard to be able to survive.
I'm loving what's going on here. The team is incredibly separated right now. Rift on the Sombra actually went where the payload was. Hot Pockets, the only one nearby, ended up 1v1ing each other. Reboot getting the double kill, though, away from the payload, taking out Phoenix Sith and Mom. Tribalize brings the res in for Phoenix Sith, and Sora takes out Lucifer right there. Here comes the EMP in from Rift, though. Hot Pocket still pushing the payload, but Sip-C ends up taking out Danks with the charge. Reboot getting Sip-C. Hot Pocket's taking out Phoenix Sith from a distance right there. It is a 3v6 fight right now. Rift ends up taking out Sora. Reboot following up on Rift, and Hot Pocket's taking out Tribalize, and that payload is just moving non-stop right now. 2 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock. They're just rolling right now. What would you suggest to Void to try to stop this payload from continuing any further?
Ult management. If they can pull the right ult combo, example, that Graviton and maybe that Death Blossom, that'd be a pretty good solid combo. If they can get that Rhine Shield out of the way, then it would be devastating.
All right, well, it looks like Surprised and Hot Pockets will take out 2. Sora following up on Rift. And the payload making it to point 2 will leave 3 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock to go ahead and get this payload stopped somehow. It is just incredibly pushing as fast as it can right now. Here comes the Graviton. The hack coming in. Doesn't end up getting Reboot, though. Sip-C takes out Hot Pockets. Lucifer taking out Sora and Surprised, and Mom ends up taking out Reboot. And it looks like that's going to be just what they need to stop this payload from continuing further. 3 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock. Sip-C and Tribalize having ultimates on the side of Void, where Sora, Hot Pockets, and Surprised have their ultimates online for the side of Titan. So with 3 minutes on the clock, let's see what they're going to make happen. Dank, what do you got?
3 minutes and not a whole lot of space to move, but now we have a pause coming out. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. But as I was saying, 3 minutes and not really a whole lot of space to move. So I think they're in a really good position here on the side of Titans. With Hot Pocket sitting back, I was a little worried with Titans not having enough damage because he's on that soldier. But luckily, they were able to get it pushed up enough that he was there in the team fight when he was needed. I think pushing Sheeps up with the team was a good call. I personally would have left Sheeps back on the payload, but very good call by Titans not leaving Sheeps back on that payload and leaving Hot Pockets instead.
Absolutely, and I was looking into the chat as that pause was going on, and it seemed like there was looking to be a DC, but they ended up regaining it before they actually DC'd, which was good, because it was looking like it was going to be Surprised, and the loss of that ultimate would have been huge for the side of Titans. Tack Visor coming out from Hot Pockets in the back line, ends up taking out Rift as Reboot gets the charge on Tribalize, and the Helix Rockets takes out Sip-C. Reboot also taking out Mom as the Coalescence comes out from Phoenix Sith, ends up getting taken out by the flashbang shot of Sora. And right now, the only one near the point is Tribalize. Double kill comes out from Sora with the Deadeye EMP coming out from Rift as the Shatter comes down, but it's not going to be enough as it did not get surprised. So Reboot's going to take out Rift. Sheep's going to get the anti-nade in on O.C.C. Sora taking out Phoenix. It is a fight for the point. 1 minute, 45 seconds on the clock as Sora takes out Phoenix. Hot Pocket's taking out Mom and Reboot taking out Lucifer. Sora taking out Tribalize, and they will claim the point with about 1 minute, 30 seconds on the clock. See what actually happens. See with a hybrid map, I'm not for certain how it's gonna. Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
That's exactly how it's gonna come out. Because it's a hybrid map, if it would have been, I feel like if it would have been a hold on that first point, they would have got a minute apiece. Or if they would have had time going into, because they were in overtime for so long.
I think that if it would have went into overtime for Titans attack, and they would have capped the final point, then they both would have got a minute.
They would have both got a minute. Yeah, I
or
agree
it might
with
have
that.
drawn. Not really 100% sure.
I mean, this game, the rules changed so much. Like, it used to be a minute for preparing. Now it's 45 seconds. Like, so much changes over the course of the lifespan of this game. Like, to know what actually happens, you don't until it actually happens. So 1 minute, 39 seconds on the clock for Titans. They only have to claim one tick. And they were having quite a difficult time holding on, trying to get this first point to begin with. So looking at the composition, it looks like they're going to go, they're pulling out the Bastion again. Hot Pockets coming in as, oh, nope. Haha, I should have known better. I mean, Bastion would be good on that high ground, but you know what? Whatever, y'all always tricking me. Coming in as the Soldier. Reboot and Surprise coming in as the Rhine Azaria this time around. Not looking to do that dive comp that they've been doing. Lucifer switching over to the Hanzo as Rift comes in on the and with only Hot Pockets. Oh, Hot Pockets ends up getting taken out by Rift to start things off. We're going to see Reboot charge into the point as Phoenix takes out Sora. Sheep getting taken out by Lucifer, and Mom taking out Danks. Lucifer takes out Surprise. The only one left is Reboot, but gets taken out by Sips T right there. Map might be a draw if we do not see Titans take this. The clock. What do you got, Dank?
Titans is going to really have to fight here. I think picking up the Lucio is a good call on their part, but along with Reboot switching over to the D.Va, this might be a strong hold, but now they don't have a main shield tank.
I think what they're looking to do is just try to get as much damage in as possible, using Reboot to try to take out Rift to start things off. Sora ends up getting Rift, but Lucifer uses the Storm Arrow on Hot Pockets. It's a 5v5 fight right now. Tribalize bringing Rift back into the game. It's 6v5. Here comes the Shatter. In from Sips T, ends up taking down 3 as Mom, Sips T, Lucifer, and Sips T again. And Sips T again, just taking out all of Titans. And we're going to see our first draw. Nope. Yes, first draw on a map. Gold history, like gold recorded history. Sora with play of the game, I imagine going to be that triple kill in the Graviton. Yep, there it is. Boom, 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 boom. Dong. That is just, wow, what an incredible fight. A draw between these two teams after 17 minutes and 22 seconds, making it once again 1-0. Going into the halftime. Dank, do you have anything to tell us about before we go into our halftime break?
I want to ask you something real quick. Did you see where that high noon came out from Sora on the very end of their attack? Yes, no?
Oh, I did not.
Kind of cutting out, Jack.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh.
Mike. Either way. Yep,
Okay.
can hear you now. Either way, that high noon was in a very sneaky spot. If you walk out of that attacker spawn, there's some trees on the left side, kind of like midway between your spawn and the corner. He was actually up in those trees somehow. I'm not sure what happened to have him up there, or how he got up there, but he high noon from there, and I don't think anybody knew where he was, so that allowed him to get the double kill and allowed for Titans to push through extremely strong on that final point. Sora, I just wanted to acknowledge that because that was a dirty spot. I don't know how you did it, but very nicely done.
Actually, it's really easy to do now that I think about it. I don't know if was he necessarily in the tree, or was he up near like where that tree is? Because I know playing Torb on defense, I'll get up into, there's a little stairway that you can go up around that attack spawn point, and you can put a Torb turret there, and I'll put my Torb turret there. It gets a good amount of range from around that corner all the way in. So hiding up there, you definitely wouldn't expect to see that coming in, especially from the attacking team.
Hey, real quick,
Either way,
I just want to say thanks to Kuroka for the follow. I appreciate it. We appreciate
Woo!
it.
Very much.
Look at that. All the love tonight. Thank you all so much. Well, we're going to go ahead and go into our halftime break. Enjoy this 5-minute video, and we will be back with more Overwatch Cavalry Club scrims. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am, again, Peeps, and we are witnessing a really, really awesome game, I think, between the Titans and Void this evening, and I will go ahead and hand you back over to our commentators, Captain Jack and the dankest of monkeys.
Thank you so much there, Peeps. Welcome back to OCCScrims Gold Division. I am Captain Jack here with the Dank Monkey. How was your break, Dank?
Pretty good. Got me some pizza, got me some tea, and I am ready to go.
I literally did the exact same thing, although my tea was a Coke because I ran out of tea. So we ended the halftime with a 1-0, which is interesting because we don't have those very often. So completely the Titans went 100% against the statistics. We're the underdogs going in to that control map and totally came out on top with the 2-0 victory. Excuse me. And second map, Numbani, for 17 minutes. So what the heck is going on, Dank? And what should we expect on this next map, Rialto?
So Rialto is one that Void has a 100% win rate on, and they're looking extremely good on Escort as a whole with 90%. Rialto is the only map that Titans has ever actually won on in the Escort with a 33%, and their all Escort is looking at a 6.67%. Not looking too good for Titans, but again, it hasn't really mattered thus far with them taking on first map, and then showing that they are a force to be reckoned with and bringing out the draw on the second map, even though they have been in a deficit for both. So I don't know, maybe Titans is going to come out on it, but I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know either. Let's go ahead and see what they've got here on Rialto. If you want, go ahead, start thinking about who you want to be your player of the match tonight. As we get towards the end of this, the one thing that I'm wondering, Dank, is that normally we go to a map 5. Actually, now that I think about it, there's no way they can get to a map 5 now because they've already gotten the draw. So somebody's got to come out on top here.
Hey, we still have Assault. We can draw on Assault.
Oh my goodness.
We could go into a map 5 on the 1-1.
Say that? If they draw on Assault, make this 1-1, and we have to go to map 5, I'm going to be like, the heck is this, man? Like, this is going to be
rigged. It's rigged.
It's something. This is going to be like one of the weirdest and most awesome games I've ever seen in the scrims. Let's go ahead and see how our teams are setting up, though. Titans back on the attack first once again. KBC come back in. Looks like they're going to be starting off on the Tracer. On the Genji, Phoenix Sith, and Tribalize in on the Moira Lucio. Casual OPSEC coming in on the Rhine, and Sips T having yet to... Oh no, I had those backwards. They're on the attack this time. Sora going for the reset. I think that they're went for a jump and missed or what there. I don't know what happened. But Sora is back in the game. Chat saying they can definitely do it. Calling it now, Nepal for the tiebreaker. Let's see if they can make it happen as we start match number 3 here on Rialto. Looks like Sipsy did end up picking the Diva. Tribalize ends up getting taken out by Hanzuki to start things off. Hanzuki also taking out Lucifer, and Hot Pockets coming in as the Bastion, taking out KBC. It is a 3v6, make that 2v6 as Hot Pockets whittles down Casual OPSEC right there. Tribalize trying to help the team get back to the cover of safety right there as Titans hold the corner. 3 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. Dank, what do you think about the setup that Titans have got going on right now?
Hot Pockets coming out on that Bastion is pretty big for them. Being able to get a lot of damage, and Hanzuki's damage, like a little bit of damage that Hanzuki does on that Moira is able to finish everybody off, and it's kind of crazy, honestly, but it's working extremely well.
All right, well, they're back in for their next push right here. Looks like they're going to go ahead and choke. Hot Pockets having to set back up. Tribalize ends up getting taken out by Hanzuki's Coalescence. Sora taking out KBC. Storm Arrow. Hot Pockets going into tank mode. Takes out a Blading Lucifer as well as Phoenix Sith on the Moira. And it looks like seeing Casual OPSEC trying to charge somebody, but ends up getting taken out by Sora as they're trying to charge away. 20 seconds on the clock right there. What do you got, Dank?
It's really unfortunate because Lucifer dove into Hot Pockets while Hot Pockets was ulting. While Lucifer was also ulting, and you heard the Bastion catch as he went to reflect, but he got his deflect cut short as putting away the Dragon Blade because that happens for whatever reason. And Hot Pockets actually ended up finishing him off right at the end of Lucifer's ultimate.
That is a feels bad man right there. Sips T sending the Diva Bomb into the back line, ends up taking out Hot Pockets to start things off. The Coalescence comes out from Phoenix Sith as they push in, trying to take down what looks like Reboot next. Ends up getting Sheep in the back line with the Death Ball from Phoenix. The hammer down, double hammer down rather, comes in, but neither hammer down, I feel, ends up landing anything. Lucifer now in on the Hanzo, takes out both Hanzuki and Surprise. Sipsy following up on Reboot right there, and they will end up pushing past that choke. Sipsy taking out Hot Pockets before he even has a chance to set up, and Phoenix Sith is going to help Void push this payload into point 1 with 1 minute left on the clock. What do you got, Dank?
Reboot had a really nice hammer there, and actually this point isn't done yet. Jack,
Not yet. It looks like hammer down comes in from Reboot. Ends up not getting much of anything, but the Nano coming in is going to hopefully short things up. Takes out Casual OPSEC, surprise DMX, Sip C right there, and it looks like I was a little preemptive. They ended up retaking control of the point right there. See, I thought they probably would have set up on the other side of the bridge, but I having it.
They are not having it right now.
They're not having it. What do you got, Dink?
As I was saying, Reboot and ended up landing a really nice shatter, but the only one he didn't get was Casual OPSEC. Casual OPSEC was kind of forced to use his shatter to try to prevent any follow-up, and just the presence of the shatter was enough to do it on the push before this one. So, Jack, go ahead.
All right, well Casual OPSEC ends up taking out Hanzuki right there. Hot Pockets following up on Casual, and first point will be grabbed. I don't English well right now. 2 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock now as they push into point 2 there. Sora ended up switching over to the Widowmaker for that by Hot Pockets getting the kill on Lucifer. How do you feel about that? Do you feel Sora on the Widow is what they need right now?
With KBC being such a threat and the frontline potential that Void has here, I believe that the Widow is a really good pick. Not so much I wouldn't have liked to see the McCree as much as I like to see the Widowmaker.
All right, well, let's see if it ends up continuing to pull off. Hammer down comes in for Reboot, ends up getting 3 since they were able to get Casual out of the way. Dragon Strike coming in for Lucifer. Doesn't look like it's going to land on anything. KBC switching over to the Tracer, gets Hot Pockets, mid-high noon, and Hanzuki. Phoenix Sith taking out Reboot with the Coalescence. Sip C takes out Surprise, and they're going to push past the choke point. 1 minute, 20 seconds on the clock. Thank you so much, everybody. Commenting on my horrible English. I will be here all week. It's just been one of those days, folks. I've brained so much that I brain no more. And with 1 minute on the clock, I think we are going to go ahead. Yep, it's going to lock in. Point 2 there for the side of Void. The hammer down comes in from Casual right into Reboot shield. Reboot gets taken out by Sip C. Hanzuki takes out Casual OPSEC. KBC working in the back line takes out Sheeps. Lucifer stormed arrowed. Surprise, and Sip C takes out Hanzuki once again. And the payload's going to move past the bridge choke right here. 2 minutes on the clock. I agree, Sways. Both teams are doing great, but dang, What are you seeing?
I'm seeing KBC, who I've never seen play before, playing extremely well tonight, doing really well on that Tracer, pressuring everybody out, putting pressure onto Sora when he was on that Widowmaker, and probably now while he's on that McCree.
Ooh! Ooh! Beauty bomb coming in from Sips T, quadruple kill. Make that a team kill as Casual Offset pins Reboot right there. And that is going to be round 1 here on Rialto. Void capping point 3 with just about, I believe, a minute on the clock. 1 minute, 26 seconds to be precise on the clock. Wow. Incredibly well-timed Diva Bomb right there, Dank. But do you think they have what it takes to hold the defense now against Titans?
Seeing that last force of Void pushing into the last section of this map, they looked like a whole different team playing together so well just in that last phase, and honestly even the second phase right after they took out Sora. But I think they can do it. This is looking like a really different Void team than what we were seeing early on.
Totally agree with you there, and I think that's where we're seeing that 90% we were talking about coming out right there. It just seems like they have quite the synergy. It breaks things up, I feel, a little bit when you have the hybrid, because you more than likely you use one kind of team comp to take the payload, and then you have to use a switch to a completely different team, push the payload. But when you only have just the payload portion, you can set up the way that you want to, and it's been working out for them. And as you were saying, I think KBC coming in once again on the Tracer, been doing a phenomenal job on the DPS tonight, just making the switches when need be. Like, as soon as that Widow picked them off the second time, they were like, nope, gotta switch. Can't do this far anymore, and has been doing an incredible job. Can't figure out how to stop the KBC as the attack starts. Here on Rialto, Titans attacking into Void. Lucifer going to go ahead and start things off, taking out Sora mid-dash, trying to get into that back line. Reboot coming in swinging, trying to take out Casual as quickly as possible. Both Ryans getting incredibly healed right there. Sipsy coming in to try to take some damage from it, but Casual's going to go ahead and take out Reboot, and it looks like Casual's going to take advantage of that, pushing into Surprise, trying to make something happen as Lucifer takes out Hot Pockets, trying to get in the backline as that Reaper is a 4v6 fight right now, as the payload is stopped right within this choke area.
My ultimate is ready to be unleashed.
Hello?
Gets the monkeys, are you there?
Yep, you weren't for a minute.
Oh my goodness, what is going on tonight? I tell you.
Not really 100% sure, but this fight's starting back up. I think they got quite a bit of good distance on that, but this fight's going right back into it, so Jack, go ahead and take it right back away.
All right, well, the fight is going well as Sora switching over to the McCree, ends up getting a kill. Reboot taking out Casual OpSec, but Sipsky takes out Sora. The Shatter comes down for Reboot. Not exactly for certain who it got, though. Reboot did get the charge on Phoenix F, on Zuki following up on Tribalize, and Reboot taking out KBC. We're actually going to see a little bit more Ash play as Hot Pockets switches over to the Dream Queen herself. Diva Bomb going in the back line, ends up taking out Sheeps. Casual takes out Hanzuki, but not before we see Titans take point 1, making it 4 minutes, 25 seconds on the clock to get to point 2. Reboot ends up taking out Phoenix F. KBC following up on Reboot as the res comes in for Phoenix F. It is a 6v5 fight, but the spawn advantage is in favor of Titans right now as they push past the bridge. Reboot back in the play as Lucifer takes out Sora in the back line, ends up getting antied from Sheeps. Will they be able to escape? Phoenix F getting the double kill with the Ball of Death on Hot Pockets and Hanzuki. The Shatter comes in for Reboot again. Triple kill on Tribalized Phoenix F and Casual, tying things up between these two teams, but the payload currently is not moving. KBC trying to hold on and distract the payload as much as possible. 3 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. Will retreat back to the safety of the team. Tell me what you got there, Dank.
Reboot landing that huge shatter, and shattered 5 of them, and Shatter, you're not able to move for a minute, so Reboot was just able to walk on through and swing away as he felt necessary, getting a triple kill. That was honestly the turning point of the fight, and was absolutely huge Shatter from Reboot. Very well done.
Oh man, Sips almost getting one heck of a beauty bomb, being separated from their Reinhardt right there, separated from Reboot, but ended up getting stuck on the high ground. Bob comes out. Lucifer taking out Hot Pockets with the blade, and honestly, I don't think Bob survived. Gets taken out by Sipsy as well as Hanzuki right there, and they are going to hold the payload once again. 2 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock. Let's go ahead and look into the chat right now while we got a second. Sways plays, and just about everybody else after that huge diva bomb from Sipsy saying, Sips, we are not worthy, and bows. Absolutely amazing. Zaniv's spamming hammer down. Once again, coming in from Reboot right there. Didn't even plan that. Here comes the high noon. Coming in from Sora. Doesn't end up landing anything, but does spare Void off the point enough to get the payload moving. Here comes the tackle from Casual Opsec along with the Shadow. Lucifer ends up getting Reboot. Hanzuki gets taken out by Casual. Sora D-Mex 50 as Sheep takes out Casual. The Coalescence comes out from Phoenix Sith, takes out Sheep. Lucifer gets the dash kill on Sora. Phoenix Sith cleaning up Hot Pockets, and surprise, getting taken out by Lucifer. 1 minute, 40 seconds on the clock. What do you got, Dank?
Lucifer getting those dash resets was probably key to that fight. He, I believe, confirmed 3 of those kills onto that, what I believe was 5, and then one of them jumping off the map. So him with those dash resets was able to just chain together a whole lot of damage that Titans just wasn't able to deal with. Very well done, Lucifer.
All right, well, let's see if Lucifer can make it happen. Has the blade online. Sipsy coming up to the Diva Bomb as well. Lucifer getting a kill in the backline, takes out Hot Pockets. Here comes the Lucifer blade. Who will the double blade land on? Looks like it's going to be Sheep as well as Hanzuki. Sipsy takes out Sora right there. 60 seconds left on the clock as KBC and Sipsy clean up Reboot and surprise. Hard reset once again for the side of Titans. 50 seconds left on the clock. Dank might be their final push. I expect this to be kind of an elongated final fight. What do you think Titans are going to try to do to shore this up, seeing as ultimates are going to be pretty even going into this fight on either side?
I think Sora going for that Brig is a really good idea on their side. I'm surprised he didn't go for the Genji, but Hot Pockets showed that didn't matter throwing out the Bob. So go ahead and take it away, Jack.
All right, well, Bob ends up getting 2 kills with the help of Hot Pockets right there. The payload pushing in as it is a 4v6 fight against Void right now. We're going to see Phoenix Sith go into the back line. Diva Bomb comes in. Quadruple kill! Again going in from the Sips T. Jeez! Cleaning up the point with Lucifer and Phoenix Sith. Team kill once again, and Void will walk away with their first victory tonight, tying it up 1-1 here on Rialto. Goodness gracious, folks. Sips T, which Diva Bomb's it gonna be? It looks like it's gonna be the last one right over. Quadruple kill right there. Even with the cute Diva spray. And the rest of the team cleans up for their hold right there. Woo! Sways plays saying in the chat, somebody stop him! Woo! Oh man, Dank. Sips is on fire with those self-destruct kills tonight, wouldn't you say?
For sure. Did you see that shatter that came out, though? That shatter was the key to that entire bomb, getting the huge combo, able to shatter 4 of the members of Team Titans and just put them down, so that bomb just placed right in the middle of them all. Beautiful combo coming out from Void. and I'm excited to see some more of that as we push on to Temple of Anubis.
I did not see that actually, so good job to Casual OPSEC for setting that up and allowing Sipsty to help claim the victory for Void right there on Rialto. As Dank said, Temple of Anubis is going to be our 4th map. Now, excuse me, it is possible to tie this map.
Yeah, we've had people tie up on this map before, so it is possible.
Can't remember what division. I'll have to look, but it has happened on this map before after a very, very long fight, if I remember correctly. It was like 6 and 6, and then they tied, and I'm like, what?
It may have been Diamond, actually.
Let me check the stats. Let me see. I can see that real. But folks, start looking, start figuring out who you want to be your player of the match tonight. Actually, it looks like it was Platinum Division, Frost versus OSA. If I remember correctly, it wasn't that long ago. It was actually one of OSA's very first matches. It was like their first match against Frost. They tied on Hanamura, actually. I think we've seen a tie. We haven't seen a tie on Temple of Anubis, but it is incredibly plausible. We have seen it get into those high numbers. I think we've hit the 6 point. Just going to depend on how the teams are playing tonight. And right now, both of these teams are incredibly on fire against one another. Team walk away with a victory, or will we see a map 5? Let's go ahead and get things started as we head to Temple of Anubis. Dank, how do you think this map's going to turn out based on the statistics?
Map 5. With
just calling it that way. It's just going to be that. Screw the statistics at this point.
I don't know. Statistics say we're going to see Void coming out on top with them with a 100% win rate on Temple of Anubis with Titans at a 0 and on I am looking at the right thing. That is the wrong word there. And Void coming out on Assault with a positive 62.5%, and Titans only at a 12.5%. But there for a long time, we did kind of just see Void roll over Titans and the Gold Division in general, and now we've got a little bit more balance to the team, so it's kind of evening out, and I think we'll start to see those percentages fluctuate just a little bit.
Absolutely, and that's one of the roughest things about these percentages is that we can only go based off of the recorded data that we have, and that only goes back to August. Now, for those of you that have been with us ever since I started commentating, which was our very, very first match here at the OCC, that was way back in March. So we've been at this for quite a while, and there's a lot missing that probably would turn this data completely around. We actually will be restarting the counter for all teams coming into the new year. Think of it as a season, if you will, starting a new season here at the OCC. So let's see if these teams got what it takes here on Temple of Anubis map 4 here on the OCCScrims Gold Division.
Jack, we have a hamster on the field.
We have a hamster on the field. Hot Pockets coming in as the hamster extraordinaire. Also coming in on the Orisa. Sora's going to get the first kill there on Phoenix Sith, make that second and third as well, taking out Lucifer and Dad to start things off. Phoenix Sith quickly switching over to the Lucio as Sips T ends up getting taken out by Sora. Sheep's following up on Rift. And that first attack hold there for the side of Titans as Sora takes out Mom with the Storm Arrow. What do you got there, Dank?
Sora just popping off on that Hanzo, getting 3 kills, finishing them all off as he needs to. And Sora Hanzuki is going to be a deadly combo on that Pharah Hanzo. So they're going to have to do something to deal with Hanzuki or deal with Sora if they can't deal with both.
All right, well, let's see what they can make happen. It looks like Rift switching over to the Widowmaker and it looks like they're using Phoenix Sith on the Lucio to push into the point. Sipsy trying to get the hit on Reboot right there as Lucifer takes out Hanzuki on the Pharah. Sheep's getting the anti-nade on Lucifer as Sora takes out Rift. The Dragon Strike comes in from Sora as Sipsy takes out Hip Hip 4A. Mom taking out Hom Pocket. The Nano coming in on Mom, ends up getting slept by Sheep's first tick, second tick. Sora going to touch the point, trying to at least take a little bit of time off, but hopefully they don't get picked off as they're trying to back up. We see Void take first point here on Temple of Anubis. 6 minutes on the clock. What do you got, Dank?
Rift taking out Hanzuki there is going to be huge, and Void's just going to steamroll on into this to go ahead and take it back away, Captain Jack.
All right, well, we're going to see Mom go ahead and take out Reboot as Sipsy takes out Sora, and they're going to start that tick percentage as Sheep's trying to hold on, ends up getting taken out by Mom. Barrage comes in from Hanzuki, but gets taken out by Mom as well. Hot Pockets coming in with the slam, doesn't end up taking out anybody, but Rift ends up taking out Hot Pockets. We're going to see the beat drop come in from Phoenix Sith to keep the team up as we see Reboot come in as the Winston gets picked off by Phoenix Sith. High Noon comes in from Lucifer, takes out Sheeps as the flashbang also gets Sora. Hot Pockets back into the fight as Hanzuki switches over to the Junkrat, taking out Dad with the passive as Phoenix Sith takes him out. Hot Pockets using the minefield, takes out Phoenix Sith as Hip Hip Jorge uses the Coalescence to take out Lucifer. And despite how incredibly intense that was, and only 5 minutes left on the clock, Titans will completely hold objective B for right now as Sheeps gets that last kill on Rift. What you got, Dank?
I'm really surprised the Titans held that to no ticks, honestly, because Void came in super strong off of that, and I think Hot Pocket's coming back in on that Hamster, and then Reboot switching over to that Winston really held that point for them. As Sora was dashing around as the Tracer, and then that ultimate came out from Hot Pockets and locked down the entire point, able to do exactly what it needed to and zone the entire team of Void off of point. Very well done by Titans there.
Absolutely. Hot Pocket's going to switch over to the Roadhog right now as they're really setting up for this point too. Sora getting the dash kill there on Rift on the high ground after Rift getting a kill, I believe, on Hanzuki. Hanzuki ends up taking out Phoenix Sith as they get back into the fight. Rift switching back over to the Sombra as Lucifer now on the Reaper ends up taking out Sora as they are slowly trying to push into this point. That always gets me on these assault maps is the fact that if you pick someone off early on the defensive team, it makes it so hard to push in because they're just going to be there by the time you get in for the fight. So Dank, in your experience, how do you take care of that? How do you push them back without taking them out until it's time?
Honestly, if you get a big ultimate like a Hog or somebody that can push them back, like we run a Wrecking Ball a lot, so knocking them all the point and then hitting a big ultimate, if you are able to secure that team kill, then it's a big, big win for you because you don't have that stagger potential for a little bit. And honestly, I think that's what they need to do with maybe a Wrecking Ball or maybe run a Roadhog, get everybody onto point, and then hit them with a big ultimate like a Deepa Bomb. It would be very good move. And maybe, probably Mom with that Graviton would be the biggest idea that you could have.
All right, well, it looks like they're going to get pushed off the point once again. 2 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock. Looking into the chat right now, Zaneev saying, I really like the fast comp swaps for both teams. Active. I completely agree with you there, Zaneev. These teams have been just absolutely back and forth. One team counters, then the next team the other team counters the counter, and the counter, back and forth. Here comes the Graviton from Mom, though, in the back line, trying to get the tanks. Hot Pockets with the whole hog, though, takes out Sipsy and Lucifer. Sora cleans up Dad. Hanzuki getting Mom, and Sora getting the dash kill on Phoenix Sith are going to allow them to continue to hold point B. 2 minutes on the clock. Dank, take it away. What do you got?
I think that maybe going over around the left side here, if they dip under the left side and try to go through that room, yeah, you have the Junkrat there. But I think if you shield walk through that, maybe get the Brig through, get the Rhine through, it's not going to be a whole lot of time for Junkrat to rain damage. They're going to be able to be protected for a long time. Get that team grouped up on point, and like I was saying earlier, be able to take a fast fight. If they can take a fast fight, that's an easy first take, maybe second.
All right, well, Dad switching over to the Brig hopefully will be beneficial as they come in on the left side, trying to take out Reboot. Here comes the EMP, but triple tire from Hanzuki will take out C, Rip, and Lucifer right there. Mom ends up taking out Reboot, but Hanzuki getting a double kill, taking out Phoenix Sith and Dad, and Hot Pockets finishing up Mom will allow them to get the team kill with only 1 minute left on the clock for Void to take the second point. I'm nail biting right now, Dank. This is an incredible fight as quickly as they took that first point, and now they're just having such a difficult time pushing in here. How do you think that this is going to fare for both teams going into the swap after this round?
It's looking like Titans is going to be able to hold this now, but Titans is going to have to fight extremely strong because Void is not going to have that fast point take on that first point. And if they're not able to take that second point as well, then we're going to see a draw here in a map 5.
Oh, man. This might be exactly what everybody's shouting for in chat. 20 seconds on the clock. Here comes the blade from Sora as they take out Rift. Sheeps gets Dad. C taking out Sora. Hanzuki takes out Mom as Hip4A uses the Coalescence to clean up. C, the only one near the point right now, is Phoenix Sith, but gets taken out by the hook and kill of Reboot right there. The tire going into the spawn, trying to keep them from getting there. And round 1 will be complete. Reboot getting the final kill on Lucifer without a tick to be had on point B for the side of Void. Let's go ahead and look into the chat. Zaneeves saying on fire. Farah just, I don't even know how to describe what that emote looks like. It's like a pain face. It's like, ugh. And then Sway's plays saying, for Hanzuki, absolutely amazing plays between both of these teams tonight, but Titans holding a very strong defense on this second point. Zaneev saying, see, Sora's problem was they didn't dash reset 400 times before pulling out the blade. And honestly, I would love to see, I don't know how you'd make that happen, but that would be something incredible to see. It'd be like you watching like a fast version of Pong as Sora just pop in between all the, like a pinball in a pinball machine, just ding, 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 ding. Wow. That would be ridiculous right there. How are our teams looking there, Dank?
Looking pretty good right now. We have Hanzuki coming out on that Widowmaker, which we haven't really seen him play tonight, but it's could work out very well for him. The Widow's been working out overall for them, and then we have Reboot and Hot Pockets onto that Ryan Hammond play, and then Sora coming back up to Genji, Hip4A, and Sheeps coming out on the Moira and Ana. We have Mom and Dad coming out on the healer support for their team here with the Mercy Ana, and then Lucifer on that McCree with Rith on the Sombra. Phoenix Sith and Sips T taking up the Orisa and the Diva.
All right, well, it looks like we're going to see Hot Pocket start things off, trying to get a claim on the point as Hanzuki gets the first kill there on Phoenix Sith. Sora taking out Dad. Hanzuki also taking out Mom. It is a 3v6 fight as Hanzuki, D-Mex, Sips T, Sora taking out Lucifer as well as Sips T. The only one near the point right now is but gets taken out by Hot Pockets, and it looks like we're going to see an incredibly fast first point, leaving them as well with 7 minutes to take objective number 2. As quick as that first point is, how do you think things are going to go for point 2? You think that Void has the capability to hold it similar to how Titans did?
Now with the spawn advantage, it could be a very good hold coming up for Void, but they don't have any ultimates coming on the line, at least not for a minute. 30% to the close assault with McCree, and Hot Pockets is already going in on that hamster. So I guess we'll just see how this happens. I think it's possible, but it's going to be hard.
All right, well, Lucifer gets the first pick there on Hanzuki. Sheeps and Sora getting kills on Mom and Phoenixeth. Here comes the hammer down from Reboot. Ends up allowing Hip Hip Jorge to get the double coalescence kill. Reboot taking out Sipsy. Sora gets the blade, takes out Rip and Mom right there, coming in on the Lucio. 6 minutes on the clock right now, and it looks like Titans will walk away with the victory here on Temple of Anubis. Really kind of shored things up there for this final map on Anubis so that Titans could take that last point. Hank, am I cutting out again?
Yep, what happened?
Oh, I was asking, what do you think helped Titans shore up that victory here on point B?
I think it was taking that momentum from the first point, pushing straight in, having hot pockets on that hamster to disrupt everything, and then the huge nano grenade the biotic grenade coming out from Sheeps turned just about everybody purple onto that point, and just absolutely beautiful play from Titans coming into that second point on it.
I am completely in awe between both of these teams tonight, but that does wrap up our OCC scrims for tonight. Titans walking away with the victory against Void 2-1, despite playing 4 maps tonight. So if you're just now joining us, I'm sorry, but you missed it. It was absolutely incredible, though. It was something that I've definitely seen from both of these teams tonight. So be sure to pop in your players of the match tonight. Peeps, I'm going to have you start us off. Who's your player of the match?
It really is hard. I have 2 players in mind. I'm going to give it to Sora in the end, but I really did have a hard time not picking
To who?
Sora. The incredible plays, especially on Numbani. But I really do think that that play that I mentioned with Tribal at the end there, where he booped the Bastion off the point there, that really did get Void the point there. So I was going to give it to him too. So I'm giving it to 2. How about that? I always give it to more than 1, so I cheat.
That works for me. Well, there's no rules around this player of the match stuff, I believe. What do you got there, Dank?
I'm going to go ahead and throw it to Hanzuki. Recently stepped up as the captain of Titans and honestly is taking them in a really good direction altogether. Doing really well on the Widowmaker on Temple of Anubis, and overall just doing fantastic all night. Whatever he needed to play was done extremely well. And that's about all I have for that. That's all I really can say. Hanzuki got my player of the match tonight, and very good job, Titans.
I have to give mine to... I hate to say this because it's kind of like the flashiest play that we saw tonight, but I gotta give it to Sips T. Even with the 2 quadruple beauty bombs on Rialto, Sips was doing an amazing job as secondary tank, soaking up as much damage as possible with the defense matrix, doing an incredible job on the Diva, and just absolutely supporting the team every which way, chasing Faras, chasing Genji Soras, chasing everybody just all around the map, and definitely shoring up a lot of kills and support for their team. So I'm Sips Tea. I hope you are indeed sipping that tea as you get my player of the match tonight. So that is going to be it for us. Let's go into the chat and see what everybody else. Zaneev saying player of the match goes to Rith for ulting once during the entire Anubis match since he lost ult charge by swapping 7 times in a row. Oh, I guess I probably should have read that whole thing before I actually started reading it out loud. All right. And it looks like House of Homie saying Sheep Pocket Wreckage. I have to say Sheep's also doing an incredible job on heals tonight, just as the Ana, and that's something that we've seen a lot from Sheep lately, doing that in some incredible Ana play, not only in Gold Division, but a lot of the divisions have been taking on an Ana as a main healer and just doing an incredible job. Sheep's definitely deserving that. Zaniv saying double flankers with Genji Hamster. Every sight line is super oppressive for a team to fight. Talking about that final fight right there. So it looks like that's really all we've got there for players of the match. I'm going to go ahead and wrap us up if you gentlemen don't have anything else to talk about.
No, nothing.
All right, folks. Well, I am going to reiterate once again. Go ahead and look below your chat feed for just a second. Player application, coach application available right below the chat. Players are from Silver to Diamond Division, coaches for Master and Grandmaster. Please join us if this is your first time here with us at the OCCScrims on Twitch. Hit that follow button. Join us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Feel free to subscribe to us here on Twitch. That gives you a direct line to get into our Discord where you can meet with our commentators, our coaches, and our admins that run this. Want to say thank you to the follows for today that it looks like we have Kuroka, Tetsa, Casual Nerd, ARQ Plays, and Chisunk. I hope I said that right. So thank you for the follows. Thank you for the cheers. Everything that you do to support this community only allows us to do things bigger and better for all of you. So thank you all for the wonderful work that you do. With that being said, that's going to be us for tonight here at the OCCScrims. I'm Captain Jack.
I'm Dank Monkey. We have Peeps as well somewhere.
I was muted. I was muted, of course, as usual. I'm Peeps.
It's
and,
Peeps.
we're out of here. Good night, everybody.